Welcome to Metaphysical Soul Speak. I'm your host, Elena Fox Starks. Hey guys, I hope that whenever and wherever you are in the world, when you listen to this recording, that you remember that life is worth living and that you should always believe in the impossible, because all the impossible things before are quickly being made possible. I don't know about you guys, but yesterday was my day of melancholia. But today I feel such a renewed sense of joy and happiness and energy, and I'm so excited about life. So if you are going through the melancholy phase now, it's being lifted up out of you. So as soon as you're past it, you're going to feel so good. I feel really, really good today. I got up and I took a shower and I got dressed, and I didn't even make coffee. I did not eat any food. I did not need any food at all day long. I drank a little bit of water in the morning. I had apple cider vinegar in some water and took my prednisone, took my vitamins, but I didn't need to eat, and I've had just tons of energy. It's so weird. It's like now I feel like sometimes the opposite happens when I eat. I just want to sleep and I have lethargy. When I don't eat, I feel freaking great. So that's a fun ascension symptom or a fun bodily change. If that's what's going to happen, a lot of people or beings of light in masters have predicted or told us that it's coming. That one of we have a food crisis. 75% of the world's people go hungry every night when they go to bed. They haven't eaten, as they don't have the money, they don't have the resources. But a huge part of this ascension, moving into the fifth dimension, is our bodies are changing and we're not going to need as much food. No, I don't recommend just going off food. Not meaning to put you off your food right now. Not at all. But you're going to find yourself needing less and less. So it's pretty interesting, to be honest. You know, I've never really been a 3 meal a day person ever. Maybe like a 2 meal a day, but I used to snack throughout the day. And I just stopped all that entirely. Now sometimes I have one snack, not even a meal. I still have tons of energy. Maybe I don't even need to eat what I do eat. And I have met people that know people that haven't eaten in 20 years. They just have water and vitamins. That's all they need. And they just meditate. So we do get a lot of our energy from meditation now. If you guys aren't meditating regularly, try it. See what happens. Oh, I know who I need to say that to. I know somebody who is going to go to nursing school soon and still has to keep a full-time job while doing it. Meditate so much, because I think that's where your energy and your inner fuel is going to come from. It's going to come from your God connection, your connection to your godly self. All right, good. Well, there's that. I figured that one out. I know this is for somebody out there, and it might be for more than her. It's probably for many of you, actually. So I felt great that I went and I bought a bathing suit. It was it's an extra large and still too small. It's so weird. The sizes in the whole world, there's like no standards at all, because like you could go in the United States to Old Navy. If you normally wear a large, you go to Old Navy and now you wear a small. Makes you feel really good about yourself. Makes you want to buy more clothes there because you like the S on the label, right? Am I right, ladies? It's so true. But I went to, it's like the Walmart of South America. It's called Corral. But not like a corral for cows, but a coral, like a coral in the sea, like the sea plant coral. But in Spanish it's pronounced coral. And they have like the Corral supermercado and the Corral hypermercado, like hipermercado. I don't know what the difference is between the hyper one and the super one. I mean, maybe the hyper one, they have high-pitched music. I don't know. Anyway, it's just in the mall, like, I don't know, 8 blocks from my house and or my apartment. But I saw that they have bathing suits, and it's bathing suit season because it's winter, and winter here is warm. It makes no sense. I don't know. Things are strange. It was like 47 degrees last night in the middle of the night, Fahrenheit. And but during the day, it was hot, sunny, beautiful. I went out, stood in the sun for a few minutes, got my vitamin D fix. And I think it's giving me a really good energy. I need to go out in the sun every day. I've been scared because being a redhead, and my parents always told me, don't go in the sun, you're a redhead. You'll burn. But for 5 or 10 minutes, you don't burn. But I was able to get a lot of things that I needed, and it's so insane, though. It's like when it comes to like women's clothing items, like lingerie, like I bought not lingerie, but like just a normal nightshirt. It's a summery nightshirt. It's got short sleeves and it goes to my knees, so I got it in extra large and it's like super tight. But this exact nightshirt in Old Navy would be small, and then Walmart would be medium. So, I mean, in the U.S., I'm like a medium. So I'm like, why? And then the ladies' under things, the clingy panties situations, I decided to go back and get a couple more pairs because I can't find boy underwear, the manties that I like. I can't find them, So I was looking, and what's like normally a small in the U.S. is like extra large here. And I just feel like I'm bringing it up because I just want people to be aware of this. This is like, first of all, it's body shaming is what it is. And it's like, makes people feel bad about themselves, to where, like, if anyone went to the U.S. to like any Walmart or even Victoria's Secret, the sizes are really different in the United States. And there are a lot of really tiny people here, but you could get an extra petite, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to make, the extra large here is actually like kind of a small to medium normally. And it just gives me the creeps. Like, I had to make sure that whatever I get is stretchy, Normally I'm a medium. Well, not on top, but we're not going to talk about that right now. So it's really, really, really hard to find, but it's only like with the under things and the bathing suits. I bought a beach cover-up that was a medium, and it fits me great. In fact, it's really sexy. It looks like lingerie. It looks like a piece of laundry I had when I was 18 years old, and I was out on my own for the first time, and I wanted a luxurious mint green gown. And I got the mint green gown that went all the way to the floor, and then I got the part that goes over it, like the peignoir. And it was like the material was see-through, but there were so many layers that it wasn't see-through. So it was like super conservative. But it's something that you'd see Samantha on Bewitched wear, so I loved it. It's like it's like sexy for the 1960s, the super conservative set 1960s. But this thing that I bought today, it's like super lacy and it's mint green and it's like really soft, like the material is soft and stretchy. And even though it looks like lingerie, it's like a beach cover-up. So I want to start going to the swimming pool here as soon as I know I'm going to be here permanently for 2 years, or temporary for 2 years. But, I know I have 2 more years here. I could relax. I didn't know how much this has been weighing on my mind for like 2 years already. I've been so tense. And now that I don't have that weighing over me, like all I need to do is get that piece of paper printed up so I've got proof I have an appointment, and then get on the bus. That's all I need to do tomorrow. Pack my stuff, get on the bus, and that's it. Go to the appointment first thing in the morning, bada boom, bada bing, and I'm in like Flynn. It's just the biggest relief. I think that I've had like even a tension in my voice while doing my show. I've had, do you guys have anything that's weighing on your minds or in your life that's like for years it's been there? I mean, I've been working on myself so much, like every day, many times a day. I keep draining all the thoughts out of my mental body and all the unnecessary emotions, stuff that comes up out of my emotional body and out of my body, and out of my chakras and my aura. And I ask for blessings and I sit in meditation for even just like 5 or 10 minutes is all I need. I don't need hours and hours and hours, although I'd love the luxury to have hours, which I don't. But do you guys have that weighing, that heaviness of something? Whether you're in a relationship that's going nowhere and you feel like, ugh, and it's weighing you down, or you want to be in a relationship and you can't find anybody and that's been on your mind, or you're not even looking because you don't trust anymore. Or like a friend of mine just sent me a picture of her face. I have not seen her face in over 20 years, but we've been talking for now, 7, 8 years. Again, we had a falling out for like 10 years, but we're now talking again. And she finally trusted me enough to send a picture of her face. And she said she's worried because she has wrinkles. So I'm like, look, I sent her a picture of my face. I'm like, look, I have like hardly any lines at all, practically none. And but it's coconut oil, castor oil for the first couple weeks, 2 to 3 times a week until all the wrinkles are gone, and then coconut oil every day forever. And cacao works too. I love the chocolate scent. But someday, you guys, honestly, I've been really thinking about it, and I've been starting my research. I'm going to have, I think in a year to 2 years, I'm going to launch like a health line that you guys are going to be able to order. I'm going to start, when I come back with my visa, I'm going to start talking to this company in the States. Everything will be organic and for your health, and be for, to really truly keep yourself healthy. And it's going to be super, super natural ingredients, not supernatural, but I mean, I've gotten to the point where I'm going to channel, I don't know if it's going to be light language or if it's going to be, I'm going to channel some symbol that the minute you see it and have it and it's in your vicinity, it's going to emit high vibrational energy. And I'm going to work on it being this symbol being connected to the spiritual healing grid and physical healing grid, so that when you order my products, you're going to have that instant connection when you use the products and it gets infused. And I'm going to use the principles that Michio Kaku discovered with water. I mean, I'm really going to do it. I feel like I'm so excited. This is like my research phase because it's Mercury retrograde, and it's something I've wanted to do for a long time. And I decided I'm going to have my own vitamins. I found a company that will put the ingredients that I ask. So you're not going to get fake ass vitamin E, which is DL alpha. it'll be like D-alpha tocopherol, which is the real vitamin E. And I'm going to research Dr. Berg's stuff and make everything perfect. And according to my own knowledge of herbs, I've just been deciding this like lately in the last week. I'm like, I feel like I really want to help people, and, not just with my words, but with my 33 years plus experience in researching herbs, vitamins, minerals. I've been researching this stuff for a very long time, mostly for me and to help my family and friends out. But I've been really thinking about it. And I'd like to make a skincare line that's literally like, coconut oil and baking soda and, I don't know what, maybe chocolate, cocoa powder. And that's it. And that'll be like your deodorant. Chocolate deodorant. But I'm going to make everything here in my house first and figure out what it works for me, what works, what doesn't work, and figure out the formulations. And then I'm going to just give my recipes to this company and they're going to run with it. Did you guys know you could even do that? It's so exciting. But anyway, when I was out and I was at the store, I bought a brand new notebook because I have literally, I'm counting. I have 4 pages left in the notebook that I've had for a year. I have 4 pages left. I've filled up probably 80% of it with notes for Metaphysical Soul Speak since January. I've had this notebook for over 14 or 15 months. So I finally got to go out and get a new notebook, and I'm so excited. And this, you guys, is it this way in the United States? I don't even know anymore because I haven't been there in so many years. But here in Ecuador, everything that they make here has, they have positive messages in English because they want to encourage students to learn English, which is really super cool. So, of course, I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. And this notebook that I've been writing in says, always believe in the impossible. But my new notebook says on the front, dream big, work hard, stay focused, and surround yourself with good people. These are notebooks that are marketed to teenagers in high school and college. And then you open it up and there's a hard plastic ruler just as a part of the notebook. And it talks about all the different volumes and weights and everything. It's all in Spanish. Then you turn that little page or that little thing. And then there's all these stickers again in English. And they're positive messages. It's be happy, keep life simple, love you, live more, worry less, get going, free day, love grows here, think happy, be happy. Time is now. Do it. And then I like this. Is it Friday yet? And then let's see. Thank God it's Friday. They have a TGIF even. And then less Mondays, more summer. And then good vibes only. Seriously, every little one of these stickers are so adorable. They can almost be their own t-shirt. And then this one was particularly meaningful to me, and I didn't notice it was there until I left. And I bought it. I came home a couple hours later. I'm like, I want to look at this notebook because it was so interesting. The art on the inside cover is beautiful. The outside, it's like a work of art. This notebook is, I should probably take pictures of it, honestly. But this little sticker says, finding paradise wherever I go. You guys, if you've been with me for a while, you'll know that I raised my kids in Paradise, California, which is the town that burned down, coming on 6 months now. And it's been about 6 months ago that the whole town burned down in a horrible forest fire that it was so rapid that nobody knew it was coming. And the quick responders, they couldn't even tell anybody. There was no one got alerts on their phones or on their computers. A lot of people thought they were going to trust the government, and they died in their homes. 84 people died, probably waiting for that alert to say, get out now. And it just never came. By the time the people knew that it was time to send out the alert, half the town had already burned. or maybe the whole town. I mean, only the whole town burned down like 8 hours or something like that, 5 or 8 hours. It was like horrible. So it just kind of brought tears to my eyes. It says, finding paradise wherever I go. But it could be meaningful to you as well, because you know what? Everywhere you go is paradise. If you work on yourself constantly, shake it out. Shake out those negative emotions. Shake out the sadness and the melancholy, and leave your past in the past. That's where it is. Your past is in the past. Let it go. Don't worry about the future, because you'll never have a future. You only have now. You know, as you move along in linear time, you'll get it. But the more we're in the fifth dimension, the less linear time we have to worry about. So now all we honestly need to worry about is creating and creating and creating. So after the sticker page in my notebook, it says, beautiful minds inspire others. And it's this beautiful, it's like a pocket to put notes and papers in. And it's white, kind of off-white, like a vanilla cream white, and green. It's 2 different kinds of mint green. And then the next page, it says, in Spanish, it says, relax coloring mandalas. And there's one whole page is a mandala to color. I'm like, this is the most inspirational, like, wire-bound notebook I've ever seen. And then you turn that page, and finally you get to the paper part, and they even made that fancy with like polka dots, pink polka dots, and hearts around the edges. And then the rest of, like in the center, is just normal, but it has like, it's just neat. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of cool things like this in Ecuador that I just love. And then the very back page, it's another piece of art, the inside cover and the outside cover. And the outside covers on the back says, strong, beautiful, and loved. You know, it makes me wonder. I mean, the energy of this notebook is just like vibing so high. And it's like mint green with white polka dots and pink with white polka dots, and then flowers that are like native. It's like a drawing of native flowers to Ecuador, like the tropical flowers that you find kind of similar in Hawaii. And then there's like a section that looks like it's made from white and gray marble. I mean, this notebook is a work of art for $3.62, you know? And I'm just like, in the front where it says dream big, work hard, stay focused, and surround yourself with good people. It's kind of a beige and cream colored stripes. And then all around it is Victorian flowers. So it's like, I love Victorian. I love old fashioned things. So I'm looking at this just going, I almost don't want to write in it. It's too nice. It's like such a nice notebook for only $3. Like, I've never seen anything in my life this nice. I don't know. But I found a line of thermoses. You know, they'll probably hold like 2 cups of coffee or 2 cups of chocolate, hot chocolate or something. And these are thermoses that have English words on them, but whoever made them isn't very good with English. And so I find them adorable and so sweet, but also super hilarious because the English is just totally wrong. But I think I might go back and buy. I think I'm going to go when I come back with my visa, and I'm going to buy one for my kid and one for me. So we could go on a picnic and have our hot chocolate and go to the park. Because there's this one park that I swear to God, you walk like maybe 5 minutes into the park, and the park is enormous. It's called Park Paradise. Again, finding paradise wherever you go. And it's like there's freaking ducks and swans going by the river next to you, and you're surrounded by these gorgeous trees, and the energy is so high vibrational. It's like you're walking into the 7th dimension. The only time I've ever actually been there, I got there and I dropped acid. It normally takes an hour for the acid to start. It took 10 freaking minutes. And I'm like, holy crap. I just take too much acid and now I'm stuck in a strange park. And it was like crazy. And I watched these ducks and I watched them. And I saw the swans and the beauty, and it raised my vibration to be there so high. And then being on the acid, also being very high with my buddy who's from Minnesota. And we were just like, whoa. And he only did like half a tab. He was scared. And I took 2 tabs. It was really strong acid, brand new, fresh. Had Jerry bears on it. It was adorable. But I went immediately to like the 11th dimension and started talking to people. 9th and 11th dimension. I was like way the hell up there. They were like showing me how color was created for this world. It was like so insane. And then I started realizing how much of a creator in this world I am, and how each of us are creators. And I started realizing that we could create our world, and we could create the situation in which we're attacked and put upon and made to be a slave to the system, and how we put ourselves in a society that we agree with. And I realized we don't have to agree with it. And a case in point, I dropped acid in a park. I'm a grown-ass adult. I'm not driving a car. I'm not doing anything to anyone but my own brain. So why would that be illegal? It's my own brain. I want to open my mind. I want to crack my head open. Is what they say, cracking open the head. I want to crack my mind open and explore as the true shaman that I am. And I was really high, and I was laughing my ass off. And I saw a security guard coming my way. He had a look like he was really scared. And like he's and he had a gun, and he was gonna try to use his little push me, pull you authority to get me out of the park. And I couldn't really feel my body. I was so high. There's no way in hell he was gonna get me out of there for 6 more hours. And I realized I didn't have to buy into his authority, and I didn't have to buy into his supposed power he believes he has over me, because someone pays him to walk in a park with a gun at his side with an ugly uniform. It's like kind of a grayish brown uniform. I realized, why would I have to buy into that? Just because you bought some freaking clothes, you think I can't go buy those same damn clothes? I can afford a gun. I could go have your outfit in 2 seconds. You know what I mean? Like I could go down, well, maybe in 2 hours. I have to walk around downtown looking for the shops. But, and I started thinking like all these thoughts, like, well, why am I afraid of a random stranger with a specific kind of outfit on? Well, that's stupid. And then I'm like, and I asked my higher authority, God, what do I do with this? What do I do with this? And God said, well, this is what you're going to do with this. You're going to rise above it, see the grid that controls everything, and you're going to shake the grid a little bit, move the lines of the grid of the matrix. You're going to push this guy away with your mind. So I took a deep breath, and I said, okay. I took a deep breath, and I put all my negative energy down into the ground so it could be transmuted and transformed like I do. And then I took another deep breath and filled my body with white light. Then I took a third deep breath, and I pushed that white light out in every direction. And I said, only if he's here for my own good and his own higher spiritual growth and my own spiritual growth can he approach me. If he is trying to have a fake, false authority over me when I'm a sovereign being and a goddess, he can just go his own way. And I took another deep breath, and I just it was kind of like, and it went out in every direction. And I opened my eyes and I turned my head, and I saw him walking so freaking fast away from me. It was hilarious. And I had seen police cars come near the park with their lights going, and I was like, oh no, he called the police. And then all of a sudden, as soon as I did that, the police cars left. No one was going to do a damn thing. Now, in the U.S., I think you get arrested for dropping acid because they think you're trying to overthrow the government, which is insane. No, you're not. You're just trying to know yourself, know your own mind, feel your godhood. Doesn't even make you feel your manhood. Ha ha ha. Hey, yoka joke. Hey, yoka joka. But it doesn't, it's like you just can't even feel your body anymore. You just like leave and you go to another dimension. I mean, I don't recommend dropping acid just to anybody. It's something that you have to have like a calling for, you know, but I've been thinking about this a lot lately, you know, now that we've hit the fifth dimension, and sometimes I find myself, I think I'm in the seventh dimension sometimes, actually. I know my friend over in Nova Scotia on Prince Edward Island, she, many times, she's like in the ninth dimension. I'll ask her higher self. And like, if I don't hear from her for a while, I'm like, oh, she's vibing in like the ninth dimension. I feel it, and I'll ask her higher self, and I always get that answer. I'll use a pendulum or muscle testing. I'll connect to her higher self, and it says, yeah, she's in the ninth dimension. So I didn't hear from her for a while. Like if I'm having like when I was having a bad week and I was like in the very lowest part of the fifth dimension, and then she's in the ninth, we're not vibing together. So I miss her, but I got to vibe up. And then she had kind of a stressful week, and I had a great week, and we met in the seventh dimension, and it was like, yeah, when she asked about me, I asked about her. We're both there in seventh dimension. You know, so on my very good days, I'm way up there. And I'm sure you guys are too. You probably aren't aware of it, but I think it's true. I feel it. You know, like we're all at least very bare minimum, we're in the fifth. If you're listening to this recording and it's not like a mistake and you try to get like a sports podcast or something, if you stumbled into this, you're already left the conversation. You know, I'm pretty deep and profound in my stuff I talk about. I know this stuff is weird, but it's like, for me, it's my reality. I see things from a higher perspective, and I'm so glad we're allowed to talk about it. Like, for most of my adult life, being in this deep metaphysical studies constantly, daily, totally spiritual life I've led. For almost every single day of my life, it's like I'm constantly focused on spiritual stuff, you know. In my idle moments, it's always about spiritual stuff. Even sex for me is spiritual. Like everything in my life is spiritual. I don't mean just screaming, oh God, at the end either. I mean, just like, for me, it's like everything is sacred. You know, even the profane is sacred. Everything is sacred to me. But my whole life has been this level of it. But I've never felt the ability to create and manifest as fast as I feel it now. Do you guys feel the acceleration? We are accelerating so frickin' fast. Our manifestations are accelerating so fast. When I was at the store today, I bought, there's like no dressing room in this place, and so you can't tell. I mean, in something about this sweater, it's a medium, it fits me perfect, you know, but then some of the other stuff I had to buy was like an extra large, and it barely fits me. And it's like everything is all wonky, and there's no dressing rooms. And the lady was saying to me that if you can't use something, like if you go home and try it on, they won't take it back, and you can't, and there's no guarantee, no store credit, they won't give your money back. Like, this just sucks, man. The bathing suit I bought like fits me, but it's really tight. I'm like, oh man, I gotta lose weight. I mean, I bought the bathing suit to exercise to lose weight, and now I've got to use my old bathing suit to lose weight so I can fit into the new bathing suit. Goals. Hashtag goals. I have a feeling that's coming. I know we're all going to get in really good shape really soon with our new bodies, and I feel that coming. I hope you guys feel it too. Anyway, yeah, so I bought this navy blue shirt. It's like if I don't know how to explain this. I told my son this, and he laughed. He thought, oh my God, it's like a perfect description for the shirt. It's like a nice shirt. It's got like a peasant blouse-ish sort of stretchy neck, and then it's got like a cutout, but a very tiny cutout. So it shows like a teeny tiny bit of cleavage, and then it ties at the bottom, but it was like so stretchy and comfortable, and it looks formal enough for my government appointment. So I thought, you know what, this is nice. It's nice and neutral, and it'll be warm enough on the bus, but not too hot, because the sweater I bought will be too hot. So I'm like, okay, I'm trying to like figure out everything perfect, Virgo, like meticulously planning everything out. So I tried on this shirt, and I showed my son. He goes, he's like, it's a nice shirt, but it's weird. I'm like, yeah, it is weird. And then I looked in the mirror. I'm like, I look like an Amish woman on Rumspringa trying to look sexy. It's like, that's what it looks like. It's like so plain. But I have a really fancy sweater and an Yves Saint Laurent, really expensive piece of jewelry that I'll put on the sweater. It's like pearls, and it's really nice. And so I'll have that with, like, the piece of jewelry costs more than the shirt and the sweater combined. The sweater is like almost $30, just hand knit by some native locals. But so anyway, I have my outfit for my big day where I'm going to get my visa finally, frickin' finally. And anyway, so I was wearing the shirt for a few minutes. I wanted to see how I feel with it, like really test running everything here. And I looked down and I realized, you guys, 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago, when I lived in my apartment in Chorrillos, part of Lima, Peru, I had a dream about this exact shirt, that I was on a bus, a really long bus ride, wearing this exact shirt, blouse, and that I was on my way to getting my first residency visa in Ecuador. And at the time, it was 3 years ago, I was still with my boyfriend. We were still living together. We were still thinking we were going to get married. This is the one who asked me yesterday if I could come back to Peru so we can have a baby together. Like, dude, I haven't had a period in 2 years. I don't think he even knows that. I started ascending and my body's like, we don't need that anymore. You breed when you want to. You're a sovereign being. Or early menopause. I don't know. I still look good, so I don't know. I don't think it's menopause. Keep asking my higher self. It's like, no, it's not menopause. It's ascension. I'm like, okay, fine. But I mean, like, back then, I'm like, oh, that's so weird. So I'm going to be a resident in Ecuador. You know? And then I'm like, but why would I ever buy that shirt? It's such a weird shirt. It's so, like, it's fancy and plain all at once. It's such a strange shirt. But it's so comfortable. That's why I bought it. And it's comfortable to wear on the bus. And that's exactly what I was thinking. But when I saw it at the store, I didn't think about it. And I got home and wore it. And I looked down and I went, oh my God. And the deja vu was so incredible. I'm like, oh, all right. So I thought that was a cool sign. Cool sign. All right, guys, I'm going to take a quick break. And when I come back, I'm going to channel an extraterrestrial group that has come to me today. And they've never been channeled on my show before. When we come back after this. If you're listening to this, you obviously like podcasts, and you probably like music too. Long walks on the beach, romantic dancing under the stars, and oh wait, we're not doing that right now. On Spotify, you can listen to all of that in one place for free, and you don't even need a premium account, which is cool. Free is always good. Spotify has a huge catalog of podcasts on every topic, including the one you're listening to right now. On Spotify, you can follow your favorite podcasts so you never miss an episode. Download episodes to listen to offline wherever you are, including your long romantic walks on the beach. Also, one thing I love about Spotify is that you can easily share what you're listening to with your friends via Spotify's integrations with the social platforms like Instagram. So that makes it really, really versatile. Just search for Metaphysical Soul Speak on the Spotify app or browse podcasts in the Your Library tab. And follow me, of course, don't forget, so that you'll never again miss an episode of Metaphysical Soul Speak. Spotify is the world's leading music streaming service, and now it can be your go-to for podcasts too. Thank you guys so much for supporting Metaphysical Soul Speak on Spotify. Chances are you've heard of CBD oil, but maybe you're a little afraid it might make you a little high or super drowsy. Possibly you're not going to pass mandatory drug testing at work. Am I right? Well, I found an amazing company. I'm including the link in this episode's description. Okay. This is derived from only the hemp plant. It does not contain THC, which is the factor in marijuana that makes you high. This CBD oil has been known to reverse aging, help you through weight loss issues. You will literally lose weight on our products if you want. Also reverses hair loss. It also helps you with things like insomnia, anxiety, pain in your muscles and joints, and it gives you benefits throughout your body with its high quality antioxidants. We even have a vape. Would you like to try the blueberry cheesecake? I know I would. I mean, there's so much danger with vaping these days, but not when it is only CBD oil. That's right. You could vape not only anytime you want, because it's not going to make you high, but it's also going to be healthy for you. How's that? Pretty cool, right? Well, go ahead and look in my episode description for my link. And, well, start using your CBD oil today. If you're interested in the business end of it, it's absolutely free to join. It's absolutely free every month, actually. I have never seen a business like this in all my life. So you can start, well, using your CBD oil, and you can start a brand new side hustle for yourself. Hey, as in, hey, Yoga Shaman approves of this message. I love you guys, and well, here's to your health. All right, guys, I just totally flubbed on some of the stuff I normally say. Like all my normal stuff I do in the introduction, and the introduction is as big as the rest of the show. I'm just so excited about my appointment that I'm like forgetting all kinds of stuff. All right, Ascension Symptom Scale today has been 99. I'm not lethargic and tired anymore. I think that the new energies coming in is energizing us. Like we're like, woo! Could just be the excess amount of prednisone that I'm taking temporarily just for a few days to kind of get over this exacerbation of asthma. But so maybe that's what I'm personally going through. Let me ask my higher guidance right now. Higher guidance is everybody filled with energy and vibing high. So it's not just me. Okay, yeah. So it's all for you guys too. So thank God. I was hoping you're going through this because it's kind of fun. Feeling everywhere I go like I'm looking people in the eye and I'm feeling love and connection. Whereas before I was hiding, I was terrified because I'm an empath and an introvert, and people look at me and I'm like, oh God, don't look at me. I don't want to take your energy, And I went through that for months, like maybe like the past year, actually. I've been very sheltering myself, very sheltered in the way that I'm just like, nope, I'd rather stay at home, live in my bedroom by myself, like go in the living room and hang with my son once in a while. But now I feel like, all right, on the days I go out, I feel a connection. I feel love and joy and peace. And I'm spreading that energy around to all the people around me. And they're reacting in kind. Like the other day, I went into this Corral store, not yesterday or not today, but like about a week ago when I went to Keto last week. And the store manager, he just kind of oversees everybody. Like he helps the customers, and he also makes sure his employees and everything is going well. But he works both floors. It's a 2-story. It's an enormous store, and this is the smallest one in the city. We have, as far as I know, like maybe 4 of them. One is smaller, and the other 2 are huge compared to this one. I mean, one of them I think might be like, well, it's like a split level on the bottom and a split level on top, and it's this really beautiful, incredible design, and every kind of art supply you ever want is there. You know, they've got shoes and handbags and toys. It's like the Walmart of the South America. Anyway, last week this guy walked in. He goes, "Oh, mi amor, ¿cómo estás?" Like, "Oh, my love, how are you?" He never treated me like that before. Last time I saw him was around Christmas time. I was buying Christmas lights, and he's like, "You have to leave now because we're closing." And he was kind of rude. You know, he was like, not rude, but it was just like, "Come on, you got to go now." I'm like, "What?" And I understand, you know. They announced it over the loudspeaker, and I just ignored it. Lost track of time. But I couldn't believe it. Like, just, and then today somebody saw, "Oh, hi." Like, he was so happy to see me. And I was happy to see him too. The energy is shifted between all of the people. Have you noticed that? Things are lighter and brighter, and we're feeling so connected in ways that we never did before. I hope this is your experience too. It's incredible how it's changing. No lo creo. I can't believe it. It's really awesome. I mean, the last like 5 or 6 people I spoke to in Spanish were like, "Your Spanish is so good." I'm so, you know, and like in a few months ago, every time I went out, people would be like, "Kay, do you speak Spanish?" I'm like, "Dude, I've been speaking Spanish for 20 minutes with you." "Do I speak Spanish?" "What, do you understand English?" "No." "Well, then how were you able to understand me for 20 whole minutes already? Why are you asking me if I speak Spanish?" That's so stupid, right? But now everything is different. It's all changed. It's like, your Spanish is really good. I'm really impressed. Like, wow. You don't see many gringos that speak Spanish like that. And I know my Spanish isn't all that good. It hasn't changed much in the past month or 2, but I think people's energy and vibration is changing, and ideas and erroneous sort of like thoughts of negativity, it's just being erased. It's just being erased. Like, God, I don't know, have you guys ever seen that enormous pink eraser? I bought one of these for my kids as a joke. And it says erase all of your life mistakes. And the eraser is like 5 times bigger than my hand. It was enormous. It was like as big as my head. And I bought it for my kids. I'm all, look, from now on, we can erase all of our life mistakes. This is the family eraser. And I kept it in our kitchen on our counter. So anytime anyone said, "Oh, I feel bad about it," "Oh no, here to go, here, erase it with this big ass eraser." But I feel like God has this a giant eraser, and he's just erasing and erasing all of our mistakes. Like that Bugs Bunny cartoon. It was actually with Daffy Duck, and you can see the artist's hand, and he's like erasing Daffy's bill when he's talking back, and he erases his feet so he can't move. And I don't know if you guys ever saw that episode of Looney Tunes, but I feel like that God is like the big artist in the sky, and all of our negative crap is just being erased right from us. Anyway, we are Ascension Symptom Scale 99, which I already mentioned, but let's get into Lesson 32 in A Course in Miracles today. Says, I have invented the world I see. Ooh, that fits in perfectly with what I was just talking about 1 second ago. I have invented the world I see. You are not the victim of the world you see because you invented it. See, it all fits together. Everything freaking fits together. I love it. All right, let's get into Schumann Resonance News before we channel the Lyrans. It's going to be very interesting. We have never channeled them before. I have not. Schumann Resonance today at 1300 hours UTC. This is the first report. They did not do a morning report. In the afternoon, they said, after yesterday's activity, there were about 12 hours of calm. From 9 UTC, a light activity began which reached 15 Hertz at 10 UTC. After the slight introductory peak, there was a sudden surge to 48 Hertz. Following this, the amplitude returned to normal values. And then it says, it's this 1300 report again. It says the same hour. I think they just screwed it up and did not put 1700. They sometimes do that. And then it says, not much to report in the second part of the chart. Only a further isolated peak at around 20 Hertz at 14:15 UTC time. All right, there it is. All right, I'm going to connect with the Lyrans now, and then we're going to channel the Lyran people. All right, guys, I am connected to the Lyran people. We're going to take a deep breath, make sure we're totally in sync. All right, welcome to the show, guys. There are 3 Lyran beings with me. They are between 6 and 6.5 feet tall, they say. Although I perceive them as shorter, so I don't know. I asked them questions a little bit ago, and they answered. Lyran people are in the 5th dimension, the upper 5th dimension, and they're deeply spiritual, and they have cat-like features. I asked if they have tails. They said no. I asked them if they're very furry. They said no. But their faces and heads look very much in the shape of our cats on Earth. And they don't meow. And it's inappropriate to ask to pet them. But if you meow at them, they kind of think it's funny because they don't meow. Like if they did, maybe that would be inappropriate, but maybe don't meow at them if they come to you. The Lyrans first approached me when I was in my psychologist's office. My head was connected to electrodes, and we were, I was doing brainwave optimization therapy. And while I was doing that, in the middle of the treatment, these Lyran people came to me and they said, we need to give you Lyran light language now. And I'm like, I looked up, I opened my eyes, and my psychotherapist said, are you okay? I'm all, hold on a minute. And he had to turn off the brainwave thing. And I looked to like the air next to me, and he's like, what's going on? Like, so these Lyrans, these beings, they have cat heads. They're standing next to me telling me they have to give me their light language right now. So he said, wow, you're so open to psychic stuff. That's cool. So I'll let you continue with that, and then we'll continue with the, maybe you can ask them And so it took maybe 5 minutes. And I said, oh, okay, it's done now. And he goes, all right, can we continue now? And I asked them, they said, yeah, we'll talk to you later. The next morning I woke up and I was speaking light language, which is what woke me up. And I didn't stop speaking this language for like another hour. And it really freaked me out. I had no idea what I was saying, but I knew that whatever it was that I was saying was healing my body and my mind and my psyche and my emotions. And I felt really good with this light language. And that's all I know about the Lyrans. Going into this is what I know about them. So your guess is as good as mine. You might even have more information than me. I feel a good vibration from these beings. We're going to see what you guys feel. So I'm going to go into the trance right now. I'm already connected. And we're going to see what they have to say. Okay, guys, you can speak through me now. We would like to start out by saying that we are grateful to be a part of humanity's hour of ascension. This is such a momentous event and an exciting occasion for not only your people, but our people, and indeed all of the ET races. In your words, ET, we just say members of the Galactic Federation. We all are so just emotional and excited for you guys. We know that everyone has said this. Everyone that your Elena has channeled has said the same thing about being so excited. But for us, you must understand it is overwhelmingly happy for us because we're watching a new birth in our dimension in a way. Earthlings have been around for so long. I think I'm getting the number, guys. I think 360 million years, they're saying. Is that what you're saying? The Earthlings on Earth have been here for 360 million years? Oh, how do you know this? We've watched from afar the many resets that have occurred. Can you explain to us what a reset means from your perspective? Yes, indeed. A reset is when the schematic needed to be started over, and because it wasn't working, it's been a few times. How many times? You're saying 8 times that you've seen? They said 8 times, possibly 9. Oh, there's a joke there with the 9 lives cat thing. Please forgive me. We love cats. Well, at least I do. I love cats. I go crazy for cats. I've had many cats in my life, so when I know you guys have cat-shaped heads, it makes me so happy. We understand your joy. Oh, they're laughing. We understand the joy over the shape of our heads because we have encountered this before with other humans that we haven't interacted with. Do you only come to cat-loving people? We don't know. We didn't pay attention to the animals that the humans liked when we came to them. Maybe we've just gotten lucky. Like, really, we love cats so much. I've had many wonderful interactions with kitty cats. I feel like they're all from another planet. Do you guys know about that? We can't speak to that at all. We don't know. If they're from another planet, it's not from ours, because we are humanoid with a cat-like head. Okay. Oh, I have a question for you guys. The god Anubis. They said no, he was a dog head. Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. He does have a dog head. But what, oh, okay, in Egypt there was Bastet. So you're saying, yes, she is one of your goddesses? Okay, yes, she was one of our goddesses. But she was considered a goddess to you. But for us, she was an ascended spiritual master for the Lyran race. We were very proud of her. And she came to Egypt and she helped develop their society in a way that they would have a high vibration, and that various things placed throughout that country would help to raise the vibration of your entire planet someday. Okay, now a lot of people think there's supposed to be a golden capstone on top of the pyramid and that it was taken off because we might have been raised in vibration a lot. Is there anything you guys know about that? Yes, it was not supposed to be a gold capstone. There was a special crystal technology that should be on top of that pyramid. Okay, now they're telling me, guys, 3,000 years ago, if that had been there, we would have already ascended. Yeah, that's what they're saying. If they had not, did they just dismantle it? No, they completely destroyed it. Who destroyed it? Are you saying the reptilians? No. The Orions? But not all of the Orions are bad. No, there's certain races in the Orion, there's certain factions that came and destroyed it. Well, did they think we weren't ready to be? They didn't care about your readiness. They cared about your negativity, and they were betting like it was a game, like our world was an arena, and they silently watched from the sidelines as our countries went to war, and they would bet on the countries who would win, and they would do this for credits. It's kind of like money or as a currency. Yeah, they would bet on it for credits. And so they destroyed the capstone made of, is it Andarian crystals? Andarian crystals. It was key. What I'm seeing when you guys are showing me this image in my mind, I'm seeing a crystal clear pyramid, like capstone on top of the pyramid, and it's like see-through, but at the same time rainbow. And it was it carved? Was it molded? Okay, so it's molded. So now this Andarian crystal stuff, I want to know about these, because a lot of people see these pieces and they think they're slag glass, like melted glass, and they don't look like, they just look like when you make glass bottles in our world, it's the junk that comes off, that pours off and breaks into pieces as it cools down, and it looks identical to that. Can you speak to us about the Andarian crystal? I know they're monoatomic particles, so can you talk to us about that? Yes. There has been some confusion and actually some anger from many people in your world who think that people are being fooled and they don't want anyone to get hurt. But the technology that we put into the Andarian crystals, and we did not make them, but we are aware of them. And that was what was on top originally of the pyramid until the Orions destroyed them. Do you know which part of the Orion galaxy, which planet or what race specifically? They said yes. Can you tell us the name? Okay. Hopefully I'll get this. Is it a name that we've heard of already? They said no. Great. Okay. Can you tell us the name? I'm seeing Limon. Is it like that? But there's more to the name. Limonarians. I don't know if that's right, guys. It sounds like I'm making it up, but I don't know. Limonarian? No. Am I saying it wrong? I think I'm saying it wrong. It sounds like someone who likes limes in Spanish. Lime drinker? Limeade drinkers? Linarian? Okay, there's no M. It's an N. Linarians. Are they still around? No, their race was destroyed. That's horrible. How was their race destroyed? You say by other Orions? Like reptilians, like the big white reptilians? Alright, they're showing me an image of the big, like what Corey Good talks about, the big white, the really scary ones. I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to even bring those energies into our world or existence right now. They said, don't worry, you won't. Good, that's nice to know. I'm putting a sweater on now, I'm getting cold. Hot and then cold, and then yes, and then no. Alright. Okay, guys, so alright, they said one more thing to speak of as far as the Orion Galaxy is concerned. We do not wish to leave a false impression. In fact, most of the Orion people are perfectly lovely on most of the planets in that galaxy. However, in that quadrant from your angle, it's not, they don't really call it that there, right? Okay. So they said, so they're saying that how many are negative races come from that area? More than 7? Less than 5? Less than 4? 4. So they're saying only 4. And so one of them was destroyed already. So is there only like 3 negative races there? Yeah, there's only 3 negative planets there. And that's it. Alright. That's good to know. And how many planets are in that area? Are you guys from the Orion Galaxy? And they said no, not at all. Alright. So we want to talk about you because we want to know more about you guys. Is that okay? They said yes. And the Andarian crystal thing is also. It's a monatomic particle that is infused with the highest vibrational energy from ascended masters in our worlds, mostly Pleiadian. This is a Pleiadian technology that's been shared throughout the Galactic Federation, but we put our energy, our love, our joy, and the highest vibrations possible into the particles while they're still in a liquid phase. And then we pour the liquid, you say into molds and mold it. So it looks very much like your slag glass, and that's what's created a lot of confusion. However, this is a real technology. It's a high vibrational technology. We have placed these crystals all over your world. Much of them remain hidden and buried, actually. And not the Pleiadians only hid them. All of us did. We had a great deal of fun creating a sort of treasure map. Without the map, of course. We buried treasure all over your world. And we knew that when the time was right and enough of humanity would vibrate at the correct rate, the highest vibration, and there was a critical mass reached, the Andarian crystals are going to be vibrating, and when they vibrate, people will start to find them. We hid some in the Galapagos Islands. We've hidden some, well, as you know, in California. We've hidden them all over the world. The ones in Paris have not yet been found. We have hidden them in Moscow, Russia. Enough people in that area need to vibrate in order for them to be found. We've hidden them in Japan, in China, in Africa, various nations in Africa, in the continent of Africa. They're in the Middle East, buried in the sand. They're showing me Australia, so they're in Australia, and in New Zealand, in the forest, deep, deep in the forest in New Zealand. We buried some in Antarctica, and also in the Arctic Circle. Your Greenland, which isn't very green right now. And in Ireland, perhaps someone will find these beautifully colored crystals at the end of a rainbow someday. They might think it is a treasure of a leprechaun. Eventually, all of humanity will know about all of the Andaran crystals, but most of them are still buried in this world. That's one of the fun things we've actually been able to do for your world. So can you tell us about you and what your role is and all of this stuff, and what is the light language? We want to know about this stuff. We have infused key people on your planet with our light language, but anybody who wants it may ask. Just say out loud, hey, Lyrans, we want your light language. We will come and immediately infuse you with it. Some people have made videos on YouTube where you can be gaining the downloads, and you will have your initial contact through those ambassadors for us. Our light language is less of grammatical correctness and more of a feeling of energy. When you channel our energies, it will calm you. It will help you sleep if you have insomnia. It will do many things for your health and your mood. It will improve your overall vitality in your body. Your vibrational frequencies will be raised as it does purify your aura. We gifted that to humanity with our love and compassion that we have oftentimes. They're showing me like they've been brought down to their knees and cried for us at various points in our human history. They have so much love and compassion for us, guys. They love us so much. They're so excited about where we're headed right now. Finally. That's the energy I'm getting from them. All right, guys, go ahead and tell us more. So you're saying you're in the Lyra star system? And what about Vega? You're saying something about Vega? Is that near Vega? Okay. I have to look it up. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the, maps of the galaxies yet. I'm not living the Star Trek life quite yet. I barely know a map about the city I live in. I'm just getting to know the country map. So we understand. You have much to learn. You guys are very much newbies. You are newbies to the Galactic Federation. You're newbies to the fifth dimension. But you are going to be in a great deal of company. You'll be able to see us when you are able to phase with us. Your vibration has to be raised and then you have to phase with us. We are in the fifth dimension, but a couple panels. You're saying to the right? Not to, okay. So, and they're saying, but a couple panels to the right of you. It's like you're giving us a map to where you live, but this sounds so crazy. So, you mean the parallel? Is this a parallel dimension? No. It's very hard to explain. So, like, the way I see the Matrix, guys, is I do see it as planes, like pieces of paper all lined up and standing upright, and also pieces of paper stacked on top of each other, but having spaces in between. And so it's like a grid pattern, but it's a three-dimensional grid, but it's more than three. It's like a fifth-dimensional grid, and then there's straight lines in every direction, but also there's curvatures. And then I see that there's quantum leaps. Do I have any of that right? You're seeing only a very small part of the picture. The farther up you go in vibration, the more you're going to see, and the more you're going to understand about how the Matrix was built. God is a very complex. You're saying being? Okay, I thought I heard the word system, and that sounded weird. So being, God is a very complex being. No one knows the mind of God but God, but we have seen a little bit more than you do. We have a little bit of a higher perspective than you do. And it's good because now we get to be... Did you say your space cat brothers? Okay, yeah, we get to be your space cat brothers and help guide you and help you to navigate through the beginning stages of living in a matrix and having full knowledge that you live in a matrix that can be navigated along the lines and the planes and the curves and much more that you don't know about yet. We can't explain too much of it because you just have to get used to the idea of the matrix existing, and you have to get used to the linear time going away. You have to get used to knowing that all of time exists now in one place and in all places at once, and also time does not exist at all. If you get deep enough into the fifth and seventh and even ninth dimensions, and you start to explain it to somebody who is in the third or the fifth dimension, you will end up sounding like the ludicrous talk that is in your book, your Earth book, Alice in Wonderland. It is incredibly hard to explain if you don't have the reference points in your mind. But you will, and in time we will come back and we will talk to you again about all of these things. Okay, really now they're saying they would like to infuse all of you with Lyran light language. Is that what you just said? Okay, I'm doing muscle testing because this is a new communication, and they have a different vibration, and they're like phasing a different way than our Arcturians phase up. So I feel them like way, way up, like by my ceiling, and I'm feeling them directly in front of me, but also to the right of me. Sounds so strange. I can't explain it other than that. And they're saying, yes, that they're phasing two planes of existence away, but it's not a parallel universe, right? And they're saying, no, it's not. And it's not, we do not have enough quantum physics knowledge to even understand this. That's what I'm getting. They're like, yeah, and they're like, you guys are babies. You're newbies. So we can't explain all of it other than we're two planes of existence away from you. We're living at the same timeline, but so each timeline has planes of existence in every direction. Yeah, now you're getting it. Oh my God. Guys are blowing my mind. Okay. So how can we do this to give everybody listening to this recording, also, obviously it's a recording, so it's in the future. And they said, no, it's not, because there's no more linear time. That's true. All right, well, we're doing it right now. So how do we give everybody Lyran light language? They said, put your hands over the phone. Okay, hopefully we won't shut this off and the internet won't break. Not like when I was singing a song that one time. The internet broke for 3 hours. Okay, sorry. Didn't mean to clap right in front of the phone like that. Okay, so I'm putting my hands like Reiki. Should I have Reiki on? Okay. Reiki on, always. Okay. And they said they're going to come and they're putting their hands over my hands. Do you guys have paws? They're like, no. Their hands, sorry. They're not hairy hands either. They're normal hands, just so you guys know. Their fingernails are shaped a little bit different. I see it in my mind's eye, not in my physical eyes. So they're putting, okay, like this. Okay, they're telling me to make like a triangle shape. So I'm doing that, and they are putting their hands over, and I'm infusing their energy through my hands, through Reiki. The process of Reiki is going to work? Okay. All right, here we go. Do you want me to say anything? They said, we'll talk through you. Okay. So I'm going to channel them, but not, it's obviously not from my body. It's from my mind. It's telepathy. Hu asha kanatakala. Hu asha kanatakala. Aishaka lasanatinga lasana manu nundalasa. Ha shalatatinga la shamu la samananinga. Tinglit takata a sha takata a sha tinglit ta kanata takatanata tinglitata kanaka Asha kanatakala tanabata tlingitakana hu mana takata mana Dana. Ho. Ho. Humana. Tingletakana. Ho. Shh. Okay, and they're making me put my hands in two spirals outward. I'm going to call them down and up, connecting you to the cosmos. And they're telling me to tell you that this is connecting you to your higher self, but also to the galactic part of you that will bring you directly into contact with the family, if you so desire. And they said, don't worry if this panics you or freaks you out. You don't have to do that. But you have just received Lyran light language for your future in the future time when you need it. Some of the words I said today I didn't hear before. And I can't tell you what the hell I just said, to be honest. That was my first time in public-ish ever saying any kind of light language. Even though I have 8 light languages I've been infused with. I knew you guys were going to make me talk the language. So, I don't know. Okay, they said this was a sacred one and a holy one to help you connect with your spiritual self, your highest guidance, so that your path will be made clear. And they're showing me like a rainbow capstone that's also clear on top of everyone's head, but is it like shaped like a pyramid? They said it's upside down. So what is doing, but it is a drawing one. So like the point would go on top of your crown chakra or just above it, and then it expands outward. Is it cone shaped? No. Is it? It's a pyramid, like a square, and then there's 4 points to it, and they go out for a while, and then they curve back in on themselves and make another point above. Oh. Is this connecting us with our Merkabas? Yeah, this is to connect you with your spirit light body. That's what we mean by your higher self. Okay. Not only your higher self, but your actual physical vehicle that is coming your way when you are less physical. You see what we mean when we say you're going to speak like you are in Alice in Wonderland, where everything seems one way but yet is another, and then it's confusing because there's a conundrum in everything you say. Because the physics gets really strange the more you go up in vibration. We've seen where your mathematical equations and your physics are, your quantum mechanics. For the most part, for your world, where you have been, is sound science, but where you are going, it's only a tiny part of the picture, and it's like you guys are babies playing with blocks in a kindergarten classroom. That's where your quantum mechanics are compared to what we know. And what we know is like we're in kindergarten playing with blocks compared to what the Arcturians know. So there's always more to be heard. There's always more to learn. There's always more perspectives to consider. If you're looking down on something, you might need to lay down and look up on something, for example. That's specific to some of you out there that are going to need that information. Some of you are in the middle of inventing some very big things. You have to consider the right and left, the front and the back of a thing that you're creating, but you also have to put your energy and spirit in the middle of the thing and consider all angles from the inside central point. We feel that we just now connected the dots for several of you who are you're making machines. You're using 3D printers. You're going to be having 5D printers soon. Eventually, you'll have 7D printers. Let that soak in for a moment. Your replicators that will create your food will not be from the third dimension. It's like a 3D printer, but it's a 5D printer. It's the next level. It will appear to you from your perspective and where you've come from, physics and science. You're going to feel like it's a magic machine. It's not going to make any sense to you until you go to your higher self and look down on it from a very high perspective. And then you're going to start to see the matrix. You're going to see how atoms and molecules and all the parts of the universe that are unseen will become seen to your higher quantum vision. Then you're going to be able to figure out how to create it with the machines and in time with your own mind and your bare hands. You'll understand things very soon that you have never understood before. You didn't even know that these things existed to understand them. That's how new the fifth dimension is to you, and that's how new you are to the fifth dimension. You might be 80 years old, but in the fifth dimension, you are a toddler stumbling around in the dark, learning how to walk, learning how to crawl. But that's why all of the Lyran people, we're all praying for you. We're sending you love. We're sending you light. We're sending you high vibrational energy. We're helping and working with other races from all over the universe, all the universes. We wish so badly, so much to give you our knowledge. We wished in a moment we could just infuse you with everything we know. We want you to be our brothers, our sisters. You are our space family. You are our soul family. We love you and feel we know you, yet in some ways we feel we've never met you. But we all are one. And we wish for you to know that. And you know this on a deep level. And you meditate on it. And you keep raising your vibration and you keep asking the questions. If you don't know the right questions to ask us what are the right questions. You will get the answers in your sleep, in your dreams, during meditation, when you're doing mundane tasks and your mind is unfocused. We will pop in your mind and give you just a flash of inspiration like that, or just a quick little tidbit of information. We will give you the correct building blocks to create the world that you wish to have. We want only for your success, because your success is our success, because our mission is to help you ascend. We are humbled and grateful for the opportunity to be a part of the greater galactic forces that are helping you. And we wanted to come forward today and come forth and tell you how much we wished you to know us more. We are your space brothers, but we need to be your space friends in time. You need to understand us and get to know us. That's how friendship begins. We're wishing for the light to come forward. Right when they said that, you guys, I had my eyes closed. I opened my eyes and I saw these pink, they look like crystals. Like I saw like 4 or 5 diamond-shaped crystals, and they're very pale pink, surrounded by a lavender energy, like an outline of lavender, and then around that sparkly white light energy. And it just like flashed in my room really fast. Was that 4 of them? It was 5 of them. Okay, it was 5 of them. And they were like diamond patterns. Oh, it's like my tattoo. I have, if you see at Mermaid Girl 888 on there's like a lot of pictures ago on my Instagram, you'll see that I've got a mushroom design, and my friend put these patterns of diamonds, turquoise diamonds in. Didn't even know turquoise was my favorite color. And he put my favorite color in, and the diamonds, to make it like an old-fashioned 1950s tattoo. And it was his design. I didn't design this at all. I just said I want red mushrooms with white spots to commemorate a lovely memory. So if you go and see my leg tattoo, it's really cool. That's the shape of what I just saw in my room. Like, that was so cool. Thank you guys. Thank you. That was so amazing. They said, thank you for spending this time with us. We are so grateful. Again, we wanted to welcome you. We wanted to be the Lyran portion of your galactic welcome wagon. That's so amazing. Do you travel in spaceships that we might have seen? Oh no, we are well cloaked. We are hidden. Now they're making a joke. You know how cats are. If we want to hide, we will always hide. Cats are very good at hiding. You guys aren't really cats though. No, we're not. We just happen to look a little bit like the cats on your Earth. Would you have like little, this is a weird question, do you have like little four-legged creatures that have human heads in your world? They said, we're very familiar with the bizarro world concept in your comic books on your planet. So. But no, we don't have that. They're like laughing. I made you guys laugh. That's good. I like it. I want to get to know you guys more and more. All right. That would be so weird. They said our world is very, like, at least where we're from, the part where we're from is like bog-like. So it's like very green and lush and very, very blue. They're showing me it's a little bit like that movie. Yeah, that movie with the Avatar. Yeah. It's our world is a lot like that in real life. You have bioluminescence? They said, yeah. Sounds amazing. I've never traveled to your world in my astral self, so. Okay, they said you have to get a little bit better where you know, a little bit. You mean higher vibration? They said, yeah, okay. That's what they mean. I have to get up a higher vibration before I can travel. They said, don't attempt to travel to the side planes of existence yet. It's literally too much for your systems to handle. No, it's good to know because I would have tried tonight. They said, don't try to come to our world. We will come to you. Call upon us, we'll come to you. If you want to travel to our world, you have to raise your vibration. We will give you step-by-step instructions individually. You're not ready for an open, out loud public forum on this yet. We will instruct and guide you if it's meant to be. But for other reasons, for other ways, and we will come and speak with you with the light language. We will give you more light language, more healing. We have healing technologies through the language. That's why we wanted to give it to you. Hopefully that worked. And they're saying, listen to this recording over and over again until you're able to infuse the downloads into your system. They mean like your body, but they're saying your whole system, not just your physical body, but every other part of you. Mental body, emotional body, infuse that light if you resonate with it. If not, then you don't have to, obviously. They're saying we're just another way. We have another way. So if our way is meant for you and you connect with it, we are so happy we connected with you today. But if our way is not your way, hey, at least you knew it was there. You know Arizona is there doesn't mean you have to travel there or live there, but you know it exists. It's the same with us. We wanted you to know we are here, we exist. We love you and we're sending you light, information, and energy all the time. We always wish to be in touch with you one way or another. We have watched your world for a long time. And now we feel that we are guardians and protectors of your world, not just our race. We have many races in the Galactic Brotherhood. Is that different than the Galactic Federation? Yes, that's another organization. The Galactic Federation are the ones deflecting the energy from the sun through the portal of the sun. And they're giving you the means and ways to vibrate high, to ascend. The Galactic Brotherhood is a spiritual organization that includes more alien races. We'll talk about that another day, they said. Ooh, I cannot wait to hear about that. Oh, thank you guys. Namaste. Hua mana ataka mana atenglinta tlingita kata. They said that was our lovely goodbye. It means be at peace, stay in your own wellness, trust your own higher guidance. Thank you. All right, guys, that's all I got to say about that. I can't add much to that. I'm not going to follow that act. That was amazing, right? Those were words of wisdom from the Lyrans, the cat-headed people like the goddess Bastet in Egypt. So I'm signing off now with peace and joy and the high vibes of the holy fifth dimension. Until next time, peace. Metaphysical Soul Speak is run on sponsors and listener support. This means listeners like you. If you are so inclined to support my efforts and my little podcast, please visit me at anchor.fm/metaphysical and pledge an amount of your choosing today. Thank you.